What up, cappers, gamblers, punters? It is Monday, August 6th, and it feels like a good day to make a little cash. We did a lot of the hard work on the early show, and now we can have a lot more fun on the late show, and I am so happy to be here with you guys. As you can tell right now, my man Loshak is not with us. He's a little sick, so I'm going to be taking the reins. I'm going to be running shit myself for most of the show, but then we're going to bring in lucrative Larry. He's going to give us his play of the future, and he's going to sit with us, hang out with us, and yes, and we got a lot of great cappers already with us. Colby Valentine, Trenton Claxton, Jay Sandercock, Twatty Latte, Roger T, King Rail. Let's get to work. Colby Valentine has opened up this show with a difficult comment. He says, to any Leafs fans, my brother just told me that Wade Belak, an enforcer that we had in the show, a very kind man, didn't commit suicide back in the day. He accidentally died choking himself masturbating. And, on a very serious note, it doesn't really matter how you go out. It's just very sad, and we love Wade Belak. On a less serious note, if I ever off myself, I will tell my family to tell everybody that I died choking myself masturbating. Trenton Claxton's plays. Jimmy, my plays. Major League Mets, money line. Yankees, super run line. Miami, first five, and over in the Cubs game. Jay Sandercock likes the Angels to win tonight. My man Bill Butlicker's in the house. Ayushia is in the house. Mikey D is in the house. Comic Ricky's ready to rock. Isan Solvagari says, what's up, everyone? Parlay Poppy's here. And Joe Licari says, what's going on, fellas? I'm a little late, but I hope I didn't miss anything. Jimmy, how you doing, my brother? Joe Licari, we are still celebrating your mom's 60th birthday here on the show. Colby Valentine coming with some late information. George Springer is doubtful tonight versus San Francisco. I thought he's more than doubtful. I thought he was put on the DL. Somebody can let us know that, but I believe he was put on the DL. Andrew McKinnis from the Ice Guys joining us. Sweet. Noah Lastark, Jared Schrader, Jay Sandercock. Well, let's get to business, shall we? Let's get to business. First, Eric the Red is with us. This is great. Tomor, Jay the Gifted. We got a great group. First, I'm going to go over the plays I made on the early show. Then I will add in a few of my additions, and then we will take a once-over on more of the games. One of the games that we didn't really look hard enough on was that Yankees-White Sox spot. I felt like the forecast has changed pretty dramatically. It looks like it's all good. Noah Lastark says DL for 10 days. Yeah, he is Springer's on the DL. They're hoping to get Altuve back and Correa back pretty soon. Hopefully they get him because this is not nearly as scary of a team without three of their top four batters. Let's get to work. Colf Coleon, Darcy Kitchen. We got a really nice group. Ralph Jefferson, Moses J, Brant Hunt, and Brant Hunt says Yanks. Let's get to that. First off, the plays I made on the early show. I was very timid, I guess, with the first few games on the lineup, but I took the Rangers minus 1.5 at plus 220. I took the team total over first five for the Rangers, 2.5 minus 135. I took the full game over 5 at minus 119 for the Rangers. Those were my first three plays. Steven Ala on the show. Sweet. Love having you guys, man. Brondo on the show. Texas Moneyline, lock it up. Well, that sounds good to me. Brondo. Looking back at this, I probably would like to add the Rangers' first five. I'm not going to. I don't want to quadruple up on it. But I do feel like Wade LeBlanc is going to get touched. My concern is that the Mariners can come in and pull LeBlanc early, and they have a pretty good bullpen and kind of shut him down. I'm not going to add that on. I'm just going to keep those three plays. My man Adrian Breda says, yo, Jimmy, your Oakland to win the AL West. Future's looking better and better every day. So happy I jumped on that with you. I'm happy you jumped on that with me too. Adrian, I've had a tough MLB season, and I don't want to get too excited about that play because it would save a lot of my problems with my record and a lot of my problems with my bank balance. So I'm not going to get too excited. But yes, I believe that is possible. I really do. And the spot to win the AL, I got it 100-1. That's extremely juicy. It would be a extremely, extremely juicy opportunity for me. Coco Bongo says, sitting in the sun on the deck. Brewers, bud. And this show Oh, Bruce. Sorry, I thought I said Brewers. Sitting in the sun on the deck, Bruce, Bud, in this show. What a great day. We love you, Coco Bongo. We love you. Jay Stasher says, what's the money play of the day? I can tell you this. It was very difficult for me to give a birthday pick out to Joe Licari's mom, who's turning 60. I was very nervous about it because the record on the show is 13-3. But I did give out Rangers. Texas Rangers over 2.5. First 5, team total over. So those are my 3 plays on the Rangers game. Then I did the Coors Field fade. I took the Pirates minus 1.5 at plus 225. And then I doubled up on the unders in Phillies Diamondbacks, Arrieta versus Godley. First 5 under 4.5 and full game under 8.5. And that full game under came close to being a birthday pick. I didn't give it. I really liked the. Nice. Jared Schrader just got the team total over 4.5. Man, I just wish I could have got that. It was minus 140 this morning, over 4.5, and I was just too slow to the uptake and very disappointing. My man Naeem 25 says nothing like smoking a nice big blunt listening to the show. Thank you for joining us, Naeem 25. My man Ulysses Hayes is in saying fade Texas. Muhammad Joma Rockies minus 1.5 favorite play. Those are both plays against my action. And Cove Coleon, stop everything. Cove Coleon's birthday is 39 today. Man, happy birthday, Cove Coleon. You are one of the most beloved members of the Low Bag family. We love having you in this chat every day. It means so much to Pete and I. So shout out to Cove Coleon. I love staring into Pete's mustache and demanding that he gives an uplifting birthday speech. Very difficult to recreate the magic that Lodal's Loshak delivers. But the best I can do is say, man, Cove, what we've got to know you from your chat is that you're a great, great guy. And I just wish you another great year. And I hope that pocket and that bank account grows, my man. I hope it grows. And much love from the Low Bag family. Twatty Latte says, I like that Pirates minus 1.5. I may have to take that. Gotta think about it. I'd like it too. Let's get it. Let's see. Okay, sorry, some drama. Yeah, I guess we probably shouldn't have started out the show the way we did. That was my fault. Yeah, I guess. Russell Signs saying very important things about whether or not there's so much pain and hurt in the world. And when someone's doing the choke masturbating thing, they're trying to give themselves pain. It's very dangerous because it can also create death. And then when someone thinks it's a suicide, it's very dangerous. We've been dealing with, in NFL and NHL, all these guys with mental health issues from all the hits to the head that they're taking. So it's hard to understand what exactly was going on with Wade Belak's death. And it probably wasn't best suited to open up the show. And that would be my fault. That would be my fault. Joe Garcia's here. Alan Action's here. Darcy Cretchen says Coors Field fade is money today. Pirates minus 1.5. Let's get it. Normal Nation joining us, destroying MMA. And Russell Signs says, love you, bro. Russell Signs, we love you so much. Anthony L on his lunch break. Let's get after it. I'd like to start with my additions, and then we can go through the games one more time, and we won't need to spend quite as much time as we did on the early show. Cash action bets on the Rockies money line. Ulysses says, who are you talking about? We're talking about Wade Belak, a beloved Canadian hockey player, tough guy, whose death has been somewhat questionable. It was thought that it was a suicide, but let's get into the facts here of today's baseball card. Isan Solfagar says, Jimmy, I'm trying not to rag on your Pirates pick, but Colorado has been so good at home, and Freeland has been so good. I'm on the under 10.5. Yes, and what is the final weather report? I was worried for the people on the under that there was going to be, it looks much better. Now there's not going to be a thunderstorm till late. Yeah, I can understand you taking that under 10.5. Problem with Freeland is he had trouble going enough innings. It's been holding him back. He hasn't made it to a full 6 innings in 4 of his last 5 starts. He has a very good ERA over that time, but taking a lot of time to get through. MM's bad is dissing Jimmy the Bad. It's all good. All good. So we just went over all my plays so far, and here are my additions. I am going to the Chicago Cubs, and I'm going to trust them. It was a very disappointing series against the Padres, 2-2 against the arguably one of the worst teams in the league. I think they're going to come back strong. They have a very strong lineup. that they put out already. Junis has lost velocity, just doesn't look as strong. And I'm going to back the Cubs. I'm going to back them on the run line, and I'm going to back them on the team total overs, first half and full game. Oh, yeah, and Kobe Valentine, I forgot to mention, I will when we get through that game, mentioning that Charlie Backman he's out of the lineup. It says rest, doubtful tonight versus Pittsburgh. Yeah, he's out of the lineup. That hurts. It hurts to have Blackman out, but he's not being the guy he was last year. Without a doubt. Okay, so I'm on Cubs -1.5. Let's do a quick little line shopping right now and get where is it? SBRodds.com. Oh, also, I wanted to mention that there was a commenter, BT, on the early show who said that the Intertops code wasn't successful for him when he put in because we are doing a thing with Intertops right now where you get 100% of your bonus up to $500. You get a 100% bonus up to $500. And it says there right on the link, it says it's for first-time deposits only. So for first-time deposits only. So I spoke with Zach, and we are going to try to also get a code from Intertops for people adding money into their account. And we are in the process of working on that right now. So apologize to the guys who have already used Intertops as a book, but that bonus up to 500 is just for brand new accounts. Okay, so let's quickly at SBRodds.com look at the point spread, -1.5 on the Cubs. Here it is, a -137 at Pinnacle. Oh no, this line's moved since I bet it. -135 at UWager. Shit, I might have to take that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take that. -135 at UWager. Wow, that line has changed even in the last. I guess, man, more people are looking at that lineup in the last 35 minutes or so. Okay, and then I'm going to take the team totals here on the Cubs. First half team total on the Cubs. Over 2.5 -119. I'm taking that. Over 2.5 -119. And the full game team total over, I'm taking as well. See where it is. Cubs over 5.5 +103. It's a lot of runs. I hate when they have to get to 6, but I'm going to do it. +103. Junis just seems extremely susceptible to me. Okay, so those are the first 3 plays that I am adding on right now, and let's see what you have to say. Savage Larry says KC Royals. Alton Action says I'm on that game, but I'm only going to look at Hamels pitching against the NL now. King U says Hamels gets 5 Ks. Also like Weaver to get 5. Also like Bailey to get 5. Interesting. Anthony L says Junis is a complete fade, especially against a team with the very best run differential in the National League. I agree with that. Tomer says about the Blackman being out, he says, Dahl's back, Story's hitting. I think Colorado will be fine. Parlay Poppy saying he got crushed against the Royals last year. It took a little while for me to jump on the -1.5, and my book doesn't let me do first 5 team total overs. So I'm going to have to open up an account at Pinnacle to make sure I can get first 5 team total overs because it sucks not being able to get them. But let's see. Colf Coleon says, I agree. Today, Cubs, it's a night game. I told you all before fading the Cubs in day games. You did. King Rail says, Dave doesn't trust the Cubs bullpen. I like Cubs run line, but took the money line. Okay. Rob Portwando on Cubs and Yankees first 5 and run line. CC Fitness is on the Cubs run line. Hamels should pitch a gem. And Tomor says, I think the Intertops code only works for U.S. and Canadian players. That is also true. That is also true. Thank you for adding that in, Tomor. Okay. So that is the first 3 plays that I'm adding. And then the final play that I'm adding, a lot of the leans I had in the morning show, I decided not to move forward on. I was very close to taking the Reds team total over 3.5. I was even close to taking the Reds. I've decided not to do that. So instead, I'm only adding one other play, and that is the San Francisco Giants and Derek Rodriguez. Looking at this Astros lineup, I know it's not out yet, but knowing that there will be no Correa, Altuve, and Springer, I mean, they still got Bregman. They still got guys that can hit, but I just don't have faith in them. And Derek Rodriguez has looked so good. Longoria is on a massive hitting streak right now, 15 for his last 42 since coming back from his broken hand. I feel like a full Giants squad at home with Derek Rodriguez on the mound should be able to beat an Astros squad without Correa, Altuve, and Springer. I also have all the futures bets on the A's, so I'll be cheering very heavy against the Astros from here on in. Parlay Poppy says Rodriguez is a stud. Been making big units on him past month, no doubt. Another guy who's been all over him is Scotty Rock. Talking about him quite a bit over the last 5 or 6 weeks or so. Coming off an incredible July, he went 2-0 with a 1.86 ERA, and this is against some of the toughest offenses in the league, Cubs and the A's. 6 runs in 29 innings. Astros are hitting 251, 749 OPS for his righties, but I wonder what those numbers are without Correa, Altuve, and Springer. Giants are hitting 253 with a 714 OPS. Okay average, almost no power. But I think they can take care of business here. I really do. I feel like Morton, obviously, 12-2. Best winning percentage among all Major League pitchers, 10 or more decisions. But I just feel like the full Giant squad should be able to beat this hurting Astros squad. And Carl has Giants on the run line, +1.5. I thought about that. And, I can't help myself on these plus lines. So I'm just going to go for the plus line. But I can totally understand that. And I hummed and hawed over the +1.5 for a long time. Ulysses Hayes coming in saying fade San Fran. So Ulysses Hayes is against both my additions so far, which doesn't sound good. Ayushia says, sorry, meant to ask, why is the public on the Rangers? The public's on the Rangers, and it may be a mistake. My main thing with the Rangers is I'm fading LeBlanc, but the public's on the Rangers just because of this recency bias. They're just scoring a ton of runs right now, and it's just hard for the betting public not to have biases, recency, and vividness, and let them affect their gambling. It does concern me when some of the sharp guys that I run with do think the Mariners have a lot of value, but I just think LeBlanc is terrible and regressing and showing who he really is. Let's see. Parlay Poppy says Astros had 2 games in the last 10 where they went over their team total. Under is a good play here. It is, but the line is just so low. It's so low. Lamont Williams says Jimmy, San Francisco money line. Nice. White Sox, Minnesota Twins money line. Nice. Texas money line, Miami money line, and parlay all dogs to get that cash. I like it. Twatty Latte says San Francisco tough at home, especially lately. But yeah, they're 32-22 at home. And Mikey D, I came so close to jumping on this, Mikey D. Reds, team total over 3.5. Joe's mom's 60th birthday. Says Noah might throw a no-hitter. Noah Syndergaard. Noah hitter is his gag. I like it. But I think since he gets a Cindy and adds a few late, I think you're right. And Anthony L. has been saying this over and over and over again that the Mariners are a fraud, and I agree. Okay, so those are my additions. Oh, but I didn't grab the best line. Let me quickly line shop for the San Francisco Giants. Quickly, money line. Giants. San Francisco. Okay, we're hanging in a +133 at Pinnacle. +135 at Heritage. Ooh, I like that. And I will take it. +135 at Heritage. It is. Barely beating the Greek. That's at +134. I will take it. Giants. +135 at Heritage. All right. I like it. Okay. So now let's break down other games you guys want to talk about. Anything you want, and then we'll bring out Lucrative Larry. We'll bring him out a little bit early, so maybe he can hang with us and break down more games. He can help me with the chat. Let's see. Paulie Latte says Mariners are average at baseball. Ayushi says, Jimmy, check out the over in the Tigers-Angels game. 75% of the public's on the under, and the total actually moved up from 8 to 8.5. That's very interesting, Ayushia. Why don't we get to that game, and let's get to the other total that you guys were talking about. And what was that? What was the other total? I can't remember offhand. Okay, so first off, the Tigers-Angels, I wanted to back Boyd here. I really did. I don't love that he's coming off the best start of his season. I wanted to back him, but I just can't trust the Tigers' bats to do anything. But I don't really trust Tropiano. And I guess they haven't announced yet the lineups. Let me just quickly see. I'm almost certain that Trout won't be in the lineup. Lineups haven't come out yet. But it's very unlikely that Trout would come in against this. Oh, here we go. And Trout is not in the lineup. That's an ugly lineup. Wow, you have this ugly Angels lineup. You have this. Wow, that's an ugly lineup. Maybe I should just take the Tigers. They got Fletcher batting first, and then Cole Calhoun, who's been hitting much better over the last 6 weeks or so since he came off the DL. Justin Upton, Albert Pujols, Ohtani is in the lineup. That will help, but it's a lefty on lefty. Andrelton Simmons, 6th, and then Breseno, Caleb Cowart and Eric Young Jr. That's an ugly lineup. Wow, I feel like that under might be the play. Alan Action says Tigers offense is putrid. Just take the Angels money line. Wow. Parlay Poppy says I'm actually throwing a half unit on first 5 Tigers. Tropiano has been hit decently by this impotent offense of the Tigers. Wow, can't trust the Tigers and Angels. Don't need Trout. Thomas says I don't trust Tropiano, but he's dominated right-handed hitters, and Detroit doesn't really have any impressive lefty bat. But Dion Davis taking a shot with Tigers money line and the over. Wow, it's tough, man. Alan actually said it doesn't matter, Jimmy. Tigers lineup is much worse, trust me. Seriously likes the Angels. Ayushia says take the over. Darcy Kretchen says under 8. Game probably lands on 5. Angel Romero saying Angels under. Angels money line. Angels team total under 4 is plus 115. You know, Anthony, I was looking at that too. Red Girls on the Seattle under. I just don't trust LeBlanc enough, but I can understand why you'd like it. Jared Trader says Tigers have historically struggled in Anaheim. They really have. I mean, we talked about that on the early show. Since 2010, they're 7-21 in Anaheim, but these are young kids that have no idea about those numbers. Probably Poppy says Tigers are terrible, period. Carl says Angels are just terrible, waiting for manager to finally call it quits. You know, I like this under, and I'm just being hesitant to take it all day because I don't trust Tropiano. Just feel like Tropiano can get touched. Ulysses Hayes is on the under. Okay, you know what? I'm going to come back to it. Let's just take a quick look at line movement, although Ayushia did fill us in on how 75% of bets, and yet the line he says is moved up. Yeah, it's moved up to 8.5. And it continues to. God, that line movement is scary. Very scary. I'm not sure what I'm going to do at this point. I'm going to hold off. Savage Larry says, LOL. Young kids, no idea about these numbers. Savage Larry says, Kansas City Royals are 7-9 since the All-Star break. Cubs are 9-9. Give me Kansas City Royals game 1. Cubs win series. Man, I get it. I think the value, sure, is on the Royals. I just feel like this team is ready to go. Very disappointing last game where they lost 10-6. Junis has not been looking good. Jared Schrader says, I would take the over, Jimmy. And Angel Romero says, sorry, Jimmy, I missed the reason for Mr. Loshak being out today. He's just not feeling well, just a little under the weather. We all hope to see him here tomorrow, but that's the reason why. Okay. Savage Larry says the show feels slow without Loshak. Hey, Savage Larry, I don't know if you were on the early show, but I was going as fast as possible through each game, and I just don't feel like we need to hammer it as hard after breaking down the games in their entirety on that early show. But you're right. I'll step it up. Blood Brother Fitness is joining us. Circe says 3-1 game. I agree. Kretchen, no, Loshak is just day to day. Going to be back in action. We talked a lot about on the early show about Trevor Bauer and how uncomfortable we are, and he just doesn't seem to look quite as good the last couple starts. And the very last start was quite weak. 3 strikeouts from a guy, 3 strikeouts, 4 walks from a guy who's averaging, where is it? He's averaging just an incredible amount in the last little bit. Here he is, Bauer. Strikeouts, 11.1 strikeouts per 9 in his last 9 starts, and yet 3 strikeouts and not a lot of the strikeouts the game before. And these Twins have just saw him, and these Twins battle against righties. 245, 736 OPS. They don't hit with a ton of power, but they manufacture runs. I'm uncomfortable with Bauer right now. Gibson looks good. I can understand people liking the under, looking at these guys' numbers, but they just saw these guys. Now, we saw Luke Weaver have a start against the Cubs, look awful, come back 5 days later and shut them down pretty well. I don't know if this is a spot for Gibson and Bauer, and I'm staying off this. Okay, let's see this. Angel Romero says, okay, Jimmy, get well, Loshak. Yeah, Jason Campbell joining us. I'm now following you on Twitter, Jason Campbell, for all the NRL goodness that you provide. Jesse Dyser says, loving the under 9 in the Indians-Twins game. Line going down. Gibson has given up 6 runs in 18 innings to the Indians this season. Bauer gave up 2 runs last time against the Twins. Take the under. Take the under. Parlay Poppy lost 11 units on Bauer last week. Damn, he's on his shit list. You know, I don't know if I trust him. But Anthony L's been liking this the whole time. Indians, Twins, first 5, under 4 and under 4.5. I get it. Austin Geist says Minnesota team total over 3.5, also on full game over. And Twadi Latte says, I'm not uncomfortable with Bauer at all. So I feel you. Man. I just watching him pitch last game. He's throwing a lot of innings this year. A lot of innings. Let's see, 153 and 2/3. Something just didn't look quite right against the Twins last start. That's what I felt. Maybe he has a better start here. Savage Larry says, betting on the Indians this year has been dangerous. This is probably the most underperforming team in Major League Baseball. And Austin Guy says, I'm on the over. And Carl says, Cleveland moneyline safe bet. It's a bit too windy there. And let's go back over it. Wind is blowing out to right field. And let's see if that's changed. You know, the weather changes so fast, man. Let's quickly go to the Indians game. Weather. Yeah, it starts at 8 miles per hour. Goes up a tiny bit throughout the game. And winds out to right field. All right, so that's that Indians-Twins game. I'm staying off it. I thought so hard about this Reds-Mets game. Wanted to make a move on it. Wanted to back the dog. And decided not to. I feel like, obviously, Homer Bailey just messed with all our heads with that very impressive performance. He just had a complete game loss, but it was against the Tigers, who aren't hitting anybody. Third start returning from a 2-month stint on the disabled list. Clearly, his right knee is feeling better, but I'm not going to back him here. I wanted to. And I do think if there's a play to make, that team total over 3.5 is juicy, but I'm off of it. Let's see. Parlay Poppy going back to the Bauer spot says Bauer is young, stretching himself the first half of the season. Feel Bauer going to start being a ground ball pitcher and lose his a ball pitcher and lose his great location. Very interesting. Lamont Williams is on the Twins money line. I am off it. Jason Campbell says, is Freddie Fortune going to get any airtime today? Loved his weird segment the other day. Oh shit, Larry, you hear that? Man, Larry's arch rival. Freddie Fortune. I know, his arch rival. But yeah, so I've decided to stay off this Reds game. I decided to stay off this Reds-Mets game. It was tough. I was leaning towards the Reds, but Syndergaard spent 7 weeks on the DL with the finger issue, then comes off and gets hand, foot, and mouth. It is possible. I actually think that it's going to be his next start that's going to be beautiful. But I'm staying off it. Jared Trader says, smart play, Jimmy. Anybody could look good against Detroit. Bailey will come back down to earth tonight. And Tomer says, Syndergaard doesn't look like the same since being on the DL and doesn't pitch deep. Mets bullpen is struggling. Callaway said, quote unquote, he said this yesterday. He said that it's fine if Thor wants to go 110 innings. Jason Campbell says that people want Freddie Fortune. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no, it's a halfway point. Time to bring in Larry. We're going to bring in Larry very soon. Very soon. I want him to cool down after the whole arch nemesis topic. Cardinals, Marlins. We had Indian Cowboy join us and thinking that Weaver's going to be able to pitch well against this Marlins offense. I don't trust Weaver, although we talked about his back-to-back performances against the Cubs, how he did look good in that second start against them, and then he came crashing back down again last start. I believe he went 2 1/3. Marlins are coming off this 0-6 road trip. Cardinals have now won 3 consecutive series, all against teams above 500. But Weaver failed to finish 6 innings in 9 of his past 12 starts. I don't trust him. I know Chen has this 2.18 ERA at home, 10.27 ERA on the road. But still, it's very difficult for me to trust any of these these two pitchers. But let's see. Oh God, Ulysses Hayes says, "Oh, LOL, fucking Freddie Fortune." And Jason Campbell's chanting Freddie, but not applicable. Says Freddie Fortune shit the bed. Freddie Fortune is 0-1 on this show, down 1.06 units, but it's early. We watched Larry go through a time of struggle. Remember, Larry was 6-13, down 7.93 units, and then he made this valiant comeback. So Freddie Fortune's got to be given a chance. Back to that Mets game, Lamont Williams says, Jimmy, I like the Mets. They're playing good right now. Kobe Valentine says, New York Mets hitting isn't much better than Detroit's. Very difficult to trust. Von Polo says, the Marlins pitcher pitches better at home. He certainly does. 2.18 ERA to a 10.27 ERA. One of the best home ERAs against the very worst road ERA. Jesse Drexler says, Indian Cowboy likes Marlins plus 1.5. Okay, I must have. But didn't he say that? Sorry, I believe his very last comment was that he thought that Weaver was capable of having a good start against these right-handed bats. Maybe I got that confused, Jesse Dykstra, and thank you so much for coming in and letting us know that. So Indian, because I hate to screw up what these cappers say on this show, and it's Indian Cowboy likes Marlins plus 1.5. Parlay Poppy says St. Louis ain't hitting shit. They aren't. They simply aren't. Matt Carpenter's the only guy who's delivering consistently. We'll see what Ozuna does. He's going to be in the lineup. I guess he looked so hurt a couple days ago, and then he said he just had corns. It was just corns that were holding him back. Ozuna is not. It looks like last year's incredible numbers batting behind Stanton were a mirage that we will never see again, because his batting average around 265 is what he's bat every single year. Jason Campbell says, woke up to a follow from you on Twitter. Much appreciated. Bro, hey, Jason Campbell, you are part of the Low Bag fam, and I will always follow Low Bag family members and love following them. And Savage Lair says, Cards 4-1-2 in their last 5. Yeah, I love the kids they brought up from AAA. I think it's Memphis, their AAA team, but I love the kids they brought up. Hard-throwing kids, and their bullpen, I feel like, is much stronger than it was 2 or 3 months ago. And I love Bader. I love his speed. I think this team is moving in the right direction with their youth coming in. I'm ZH says, under for Pirates game is free money. Interesting. A couple people have liked that spot too. Might be another spot I have to look at. Absolutely. Okay, let's keep moving. Oh, Parlay Poppy, first 5 under, St. Louis 2.5, and under 4.5, both teams. Liking the under here. I think it's just a difficult spot. Marlins 0-6, 247, 681 OPS versus righties. And seriously saying Memphis, correct, Jimmy? Yes, because Searcy's from Memphis. What a city I still haven't been to. God, I really want to, especially when I go down to Louisville, the Churchill Downs. I'd love just to drive down to Memphis and spend some time there, and I know that I will. And I know that I'll be hollering at you, Justin Searcy. Much love, man. Thomas says, I think Chen is a pitcher you back against teams that haven't seen him this year. The Cardinals have seen him. I agree with that. And Tomer was giving out his Chen stats the third time through a lineup, and they're horrifying. So I really do agree with that. Jared Trader has to run, but he's going to drop off his plays. First, he's on Chicago -1.5. St. Louis, Miami over 8. Arizona money line. San Francisco +1.5. Texas team total over 4.5. Oh, man, Jared, if I come in tomorrow and Texas only has 5, it got to the 5 on the over, 5 total runs, I'm going to just hate myself for being slow to the trigger there. And he's on the Angels money line. Alan Action says Cardinals are playing a lot better with their new manager, and they are. They're causing a lot of problems on the base pass, and I agree with you totally. They are playing better, a lot more offensive, a lot more aggressive. Schilt seems to be doing a nice job. Let's see what Alan Action says. Marlins want the season to end already, similar to the Tigers. Cardinals money line, Giants money line, Angels money line, and a slice on the White Sox money line. Interesting. Kobe Valentine says Texas. Perez 9-1 career at home in August. Oh God, I'd like that to happen today. John Garcia says, Jimmy, we have to watch out for these teams who have given up. You're absolutely right. And how well did we, or how hard did we track that during the NBA season? And sort of, the NHL's a little bit different, but because in the NHL they bring up the guys from the AHL who have so much to prove. But in the NBA, you can just hammer those teams that have given up. So that's a very, very good call, John Garcia, and something we definitely have to look at. Joe Villarreal likes the Texas over. Tomor says Musgrave has a nearly 6 ERA on the road the last 3 years. I think the total is tough in that game. Musgrove does, but, he's 25 years old. A lot of these numbers when they're a kid, we can sort of, I don't know. I don't want to say throw out the window, but yes, Gino, Trout is still out of the lineup. And Searcy says, come on, brother. I will, Searcy. I promise you I will be in Memphis within the next 1.5 or 2 years. I promise you. I'm gonna do the Louisville, fly down to, maybe, I'm not sure, but I'll probably fly to Louisville first so I can hit Churchill Downs for a couple days, and then I'll do the Memphis-Nashville little spin without a doubt. Okay, I'm ZH coming in with his picks. Cubs-Royals over 9. Pirates-Rockies under 11.5. Rostradamus says roof should be open in Miami. I'm liking the over. That's interesting because I guess the weather's changed. There was going to be thunderstorms in that game, so I was certain that where is it? I was certain. Yeah, the thunderstorms have moved. Wow, God, I think coming in with the weather in the morning, I think I should just take it with a grain of salt. It seems like it changes so much by the afternoon forecast. Johnny Kotson's on the Colorado money line. Zigzag Man says Rockies probably score 5 in the first inning. Oh, wow. Zigzag Man really feels like Musgrove is going to get violently touched. Darcy Kretchen says that stat is hot, Kobe. Oh, about Martin Perez. Tomer says, I disagree, Parlay Poppy. Says Musgrove has only pitched on the road twice this year. I think his road struggles will continue against good lineups. Interesting. And then King U says, must go first game in course, not an easy place to play. And this dude hasn't been missing bats of late. Colorado tend to win more than one game. And when they win games, normally win 2 or 3. Interesting. Oh, my man Reggie, shout out. Thank you for the love. It's not easy hosting the show without the legend, Peter Loshak. So I'm doing the best I can, and I'm trying to support the chat as much as possible because we know that that's what makes this show special. Savage Larry says, a series that I have my eye on is Oakland Dodgers series starting tomorrow. Oakland 12-4 since the All-Star break. Dodgers 9-8. Oakland 21-8 in their last 29. Yes, and they picked up Mike Fiers today. We're moving forward. I think Fiers is a nice addition to that team because they have a ton of journeyman pitchers that they've been giving shots to this year. And actually, the journeyman pitchers haven't been pitching bad, but Fiers has looked quite good this year. Okay. And Neil Frank says, Jimmy, I'm in Nashville. Perfect. And Neil Frank will be rolling for sure. Ulysses Hayes is on the Texas under and the Detroit under. I think that might be a play I want to take. And Colby Valentine says, Freeland will get touched hard and violently. Well, I hope he does. I really, really hope he does because I've lost 6 straight Coors Field fades, and it's hurt me quite a bit. And Darcy Cretchen says, Freeland walks the plank tonight. Marco Polo says, Jimmy, do you have a top play of the day? I would say my favorite play of the day is the over 2.5. I don't know if it's still available, so I can give you a second play, but over 2.5. First 5, team total over 2.5 with the Rangers to touch LeBlanc. Speedy Fire says Oakland is on fire. Man, I need that. And Q Peso, my man, Q Peso, the father of young Lobagalin, says, I'm tripling up on the Angels' money line. Wow. And Russell Sines says, we have afternoon thunderstorms every day here in Florida. Yeah, but I thought they were coming at night. That's what I had written down. So, but yeah, I feel you, Russell Sines. And man, Russell, I love it down there. I wish I could make it down there. Yes, not applicable says, oh, Shat, fade Jimmy on that one now. Feel free. I've lost 6 straight Coors Field fades. So feel free. Fade away. Whatever it takes. I just want you guys to win money. Alex Ledsinger says, Intertop say they don't show NFL 2018 as a current code. Alex Ledsinger, this is is this your very first, are you opening up a new book at Intertops? Please, because we had a meeting about this today because I want to get to the bottom and make sure that this stuff works for you guys. So please tell me, Alex Ledsinger, have you already opened an account at Intertops? Because if you already have, then they won't give it to you. Okay. All right. That's that game. So what other games? Let's see. Yankees, White Sox. Let's hammer this because we got to get Lucrative Larry in here very soon. I said on the early show, and Red Girl's on that Colorado under as well. Wow. And Ulysses, my man Peanut, taking Colorado money line. Anything else saying, has Urban Meyer been fired yet? There's talk that he might not get fired. I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen. Brondo has a dog there with Minnesota money line. And Mikey D giving us up to the second information on the weather in Colorado. Says hail's destroying Colorado Springs. He thinks Denver's being spared. Denver's now in north and leans under in the Rocks game as ice rocks destroy my house. Oh, Mikey D, hate hearing that. Man. Hope your house is spared. Okay, let's talk about this game. Let me first off, Prophet says Yankees -1. Austin Geist says, has anyone else seen the mugshot of the Mighty Ducks guy? The Ducks? Who is in jail for the Ducks? This is the first I've heard. I would love to hear about that. Wykeem Hill is on the Yankees run line, Cubs running line, Texas money line. St. Louis money line, Texas money line, and Arizona money line. My man Michael Stoppridge just joining the show. Parlay Poppy says, feeling a large lean towards the Yankees, team total over 3. That'd be a first 5, I'm sure. If the Yankees want to save some face, they at least have to put something together against Covey and the Sox. And Drew Daddy says, have a feeling the White Sox game will not be played. Storms in the forecast. So did I, but that's changed. The last time I looked at the weather, chance of, you're right. 44%, 41. What the hell? I'm getting confused with that Marlin spot. You're right. I didn't think this game was going to be played. I really didn't think this game was going to be played. But I did say on the early show that I do think Lynn is perfect for the Pinstripes. He's a bully, and he's really believes in himself. Even though he has these terrible numbers, he didn't take that $17.2 million qualifying contract that was offered to him by the Cards because he thought he'd get better in the market. He overvalues himself. He only got $12 million from the Twins for 1 year. I think he's going to be good. I think he takes Sonny Gray's spot and runs with it. I think he's going to be good, but again, I think that the storms are going to affect this spot for the movie The Mighty Ducks. Shit, okay, Austin. Prop Profit says 61 of the bets, but only 30% of the money is on Arizona in the Philly game. Interesting. Yes, it looks like he's on meth. Crazy. Yes, I do know the guy you're talking about. And yes, I do presume that it's meth. And Zigzag Man said, just saw the video on Weather Channel. They got nailed with hail. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay, so I think there's going to be storms in that game. And I guess if you're backing, depending on how Covey starts, but this Yankees bullpen much stronger than the White Sox bullpen. So then you guys know my plays on the Mariners, Rangers. And then I got the Cubs additions that I've made on the show. And then I got the Coors Field fade with the Pirates. And then, Yukon coming in. Nice. New commenter says, Covey has an advantage with almost never seeing Yankees batters. That will help. Will help. And Darcy Gretchen says, Lynn has a lot of confidence. I dig that. He can be a good back of the rotation guy if he gets his shit together. I think so too, Darcy, and I think that spot's wide open. I just think he was made for the pinstripes. I think this is a nice spot for him. And then Neil Frank says Lynn has been touched by them before, by the White Sox. And yes, I believe that I do have that note in here. He's looked good. He's looked good. 2-1 with a 2.67 ERA, 5 career starts against the White Sox. It's Covey who's just looked terrible in the last little bit. Profit says 50% of bets on the under in Texas, but only 12% on the under. Oh, but 12% of cash. So over all day, says Profit. I hope it goes over. I hope it wildly goes over. Don Magoo says go over your picks for today before you wrap it up, Jimmy. Absolutely, I will. I will for sure go over my picks right now. But also, we're not going to stop the show. We're going to have Larry stay on for a little bit. Maybe he can help us with some of the comments. And so we're going to have Larry come in and then we'll keep him on for a little bit. But let's go over all my plays for today. First off, I'm off Twins Indians. I know Anthony L., great baseball capper, loves the first 5 under 4.5. I'm uncomfortable with Trevor Bauer. Twadi Latte, who has a great read on these guys, the Indians especially, says he has no concerns about Bauer moving forward. So maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe I'm wrong. But I do not trust Bauer and Gibson. They just saw these guys 5 days ago, just went off against, and they pitched well 5 days ago. Will they be able to do it again? I'm not entirely sure, so I'm off that game. Let's see. King Rail says, Jim, any thoughts on the Rangers, Pirates, Twins, moneyline parlay? Man, that's a big money-making parlay. I mean, you're going to get a huge amount of cash for that, so I get it. I get it. Rangers, Pirates, Twins, moneyline, you got 3 dogs. I like it, man. I mean, I'm not going to... I just think that the Indians have such a strong lineup in comparison to the Twins. Let's just take a look at who they have going on today. Twins, Pirates here. So for the Twins, you got Mauer, Rosario, Polanco, Morrison, Sano, Kepler, Forsythe, Cave, and Wilson. No, that's not bad, and there's some power there. For the Indians, Lindor, Brantley, Ramirez, Encarnacion, Alonso, Martin, Kipnis, Perez, and Geyer. You're getting a nice dog line. Let's see what line you're getting anyways with the Twins right now. Twins, full game, money line here at SBRodds.com. Twins, money line, plus 188. A 20-cent move. Even more than that. We have a 27-cent move at some books. Wow, even more than that. Wow, huge. A 32-cent move in some of these books towards the Indians. And we've been seeing that. Haven't we been seeing that every single day over the last 4 weeks or so? It seems like late money just always comes on the Indians. It just seems like it always comes in. Prophet says, came in late. What happened to Loshak? He's resting in his treehouse. He's going to hopefully be back tomorrow. He's just feeling a little sick. Ulysses Hayes saying, doing a great job. Thank you so much, Ulysses Hayes. I can't do it without you guys, man. It's the commenters that make this show special. I know that. Nolly Knows says Cleveland, Minnesota, first 5 under. Nolly Knows backing up Ant L, and Ant L has a very good record this year. And Antoine Seymour says King Rail, I played that for $100. What line did you get? I'd love to see. Not Applicable says Larry, wear a fake mustache. They'll think it's Pete. Good idea, Not Applicable. Great idea. Michael Stockbridge says, give me the play of the day. I'm going to stick with it. I think it's first 5 over 2.5 for the Rangers. That would be my favorite play of the day. I don't know if that line is still available. It may not be. And Sherigan Amaterasu. Sherigan Amaterasu, new commenter, says Indians lose. How about that? How about that, King Rail? That'll give you a little bit more confidence. My man Ron Walsek, pitchers coming back from foot, hand, and mouth disease are 49-2 since 1997. I don't know if that's true, Ron Walsek, but love the stats. And I did have to study foot, hand, and mouth disease a little bit. Trenton Claxton said, Jimmy, did you like the Miami over? You know, I feel very uncomfortable with that game. If I had to make a move, you know what? Chen at home has just been crazy, so good, and I don't believe it. I don't buy it. And Weaver, I don't trust. So I guess if I was forced to make a move, is there still an 8 available? If there's still an 8 available, I might take the over. But I wouldn't want to put my money on it. I just feel like I don't have a proper read on Chen at home. Okay. We're looking pretty good now. Okay, so I'm going to go over the play. So nothing on Twins Indians. I stayed away from I wanted to take Reds on the reverse run line. I stopped that. I wanted to take the team total over 3.5, and I stopped that. It mainly was how good Syndergaard's record is against these Reds, 3-0, 1.98 ERA overall, and he should be getting more energy back after dealing with hand, foot, and mouth, a disease that my man Ron Walsek knows very well. Weaver, Chen makes me uncomfortable. I think Weaver gets touched, but these Marlins bats have no power against righties, 681 OPS. And the Cardinals hit lefties pretty hard, 250, 753 OPS. Lance Lynn versus Dylan Covey. I hate making bets on games that could be rained out or will be affected heavily by a rainstorm, so I'm staying off of it, although I would like to back Lance Lynn. Oh, and Red Girl is on the over on that play, Trenton. Red Girl's on the over on that play. And then here are my plays start coming in with the Rangers-Mariners game. I'm on Rangers minus 1.5 at plus 220. I'm on team total overs. First 5, 2.5 at minus 135. And full game over 5, minus 119. And I hummed and hawed all day whether to take the 5.5. So it's plus 115 in the morning. Then, after we broke down the game, when I went back to my desk, it was minus 105 for the over 5.5. And then finally it moved back up to plus 110, and I took it. I don't know what to say. Kobe Valentine giving the exact score, 4-3 Miami. And Alan Action says, just take the Cards money line. And not applicable says, foot, hand, and mouth disease, looking for love in all the wrong places. Kingu says, Jimmy, Andy Blue did like his Mets today. I can't remember what Andy Blue's play of the day was, but he's been so strong with them. Okay. Polly Poppy says, bros, everyone knows hand, foot, and mouth disease is syphilis. I did not know that. Streetwalkers, pretty dirty during the month of July and August. Jay Happen, Syndergaard, both 0-2 against syphilis. Syphilis is a crazy disease. Hitler had it. Okay. And Anthony L says, aspire too late. Twatty latte. We usually on the same side because great minds think alike. All right. So I'm just going to keep rolling. Mikey D says, I like your Rangers team total play over. I hope so because I just feel like such an ass for not taking it over 4.5. But okay. So then I'm on Cubs run line minus 135. I got a better line when I bet it before the show started. First 5 team total over 2.5. I like that a lot. That could be easily one of the plays of the day. Over 2.5. First 5 over 2.5. Minus 119. And then I got the Cubs full game team total over 5.5 at plus 103. Whenever you need to go to 6, makes me worried. Pirates minus 1.5 at plus 225. That line's moved in my favor, but that was just because Blackman was announced not in the lineup. And then I got doubling up on this Phillies Diamondbacks. First 5 under 4.5, full game under 8.5. And then, I've got a big question mark beside the under in the Tigers Angels. I think I'd like that play. Just think I'd like that play, but this line movement is so confusing. Let's just take one last look. Should I add that on? Should I add that on? The line is moved to 8.5. God damn, I just don't trust Tropiano and damn. Prophet says, get some History Channel hunting Hitler knowledge. Yes, Hitler had syphilis, and part of the reason why he was so ass crazy. Syphilis makes you crazy, and I thankfully don't have syphilis so far. We're all going to Vegas in a couple of weeks. Who knows what's going to happen there? Parlay Poppy says no props on Odor today. He's the spark of this Rangers recent offense. He certainly is. Rugnet is playing very good. Tomor backing up my under, but just as a lean in the Arizona-Philadelphia game. Very few teams have hit Godley the first time they've seen him this year, and he's in good form, better at home. Yes, people are swinging at that curveball where they were not. And Mikey D says, I like that first 5 team total over 2.5 as well. I like it. Prop Profit saying Detroit, LA, a coin flip. And Tomor saying Al Capone died of syphilis. Al Capone, man. Al Capone made a little city in Saskatchewan called Moose Jaw famous. That's where he would run the liquor from Moose Jaw down to Chicago. And they used to call Moose Jaw Little Chicago. Moose Jaw. Shout out to anybody in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. My buddy Rob Pugh always said there's straight borders in Saskatchewan because no one's ever fought over them. Because nobody cares about Saskatchewan, but I do. And I care about Moose Jaw. Marco Polo says, Jimmy, what's the pick on Indians Twins? I'll tell you, Anthony L. and who is the guy? It was IZH. Anthony L. is on the first 5 under 4.5. I am off of it. Lamont Williams. Oh, Dante Hicks took a shot with Philly first half. And Lamont Williams says, King Rail, Jimmy Bag. I'm on the same play. Texas Rangers, Pittsburgh, Minnesota Twins, moneyline parlay. If I don't play it, I'm be mad as hell. Well, get it, Lamont. Get it, my man. Okay. And Kobe Valentine says, wouldn't ever back Boyd on the road. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to not take it. And then my final play is simple. My final play is just the Giants as a dog, home dog, plus 135, going to take out an Astros team that's missing MVP Jose Altuve, Carlos Correa, and George Springer. A very difficult spot for them. Okay, so those are my plays. And without further ado, I would like to bring in Lucrative Larry for Larry's Plays of the Future. I'm going to move over. Wow, here we go. Here we go. Let's see. Are you in the shot? I bet. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Yes, you are. And you're looking good in the shot. Oh, no. We're good here. We're in business. Oh, thank you. Okay. Lucrative Larry. A lot of people talking about Freddie Fortune.
On my computer.
Okay, great. Good. Oh, to look at the. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, the chat.
Beautiful. A lot of people liking Freddie Fortune, but I didn't.
Well, they are stupid. They're not stupid, but I'm better.
Okay.
I'm better than them.
Well, maybe you'll lift up your game here. Maybe you'll lift up your game in this show. So let's hear.
I cannot believe that you like that guy. That was boring. That was the most horrifying thing I've ever seen.
Okay.
In this show. But yeah. I'm heading to the ATP Toronto.
Oh.
Yes.
Toronto.
It's in Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah. And today is a civic holiday.
It is. It's a civic holiday.
In Canada. But what's a civic? Couldn't find it anywhere.
Civic.
Yes.
Oh, well, a civic is that little flap of skin that's in between your balls and your asshole.
Wow. And how do you celebrate this?
Well, before dinner, we pull our legs and sort of wrap them behind our heads.
Different people celebrate differently. Taking Denis Shapovalov. He's from Canada.
Yep.
Is he your brother, Mr. Jimmy?
He's not my brother. We have different last names, but he's celebrating the civic holiday today.
Wow. Over Jeremy Chardy and minus 250. I'm also taking Novak Djokovic over Hyung Chung at minus 500. Also taking Kai Nishikori over Robin Haas at minus 500. Which gives me a 3-game parlay of minus 101 at Bet365.
Wow.
Yes.
That is a nice parlay. A very nice parlay. And you were losing a bit and you broke it with that Sunderland victory. So
I won.
Yeah.
I won, which is great.
Which we expect from you. You have a nice record, nice positive units record.
I'm still kind of bummed out. How do people like this Freddie Fortune guy?
Hey man, not everybody's always gonna like you. I mean, that's a problem. I get a lot of hate.
Why not? They should.
Hey man,
how do people not like you, Mr. Jimmy's?
I don't know how they don't like you. I really don't. You're a very likable guy, and but it's nothing wrong with a little competition. Freddie Fortune versus Lucrative Larry. Nothing wrong with a little. Okay, Jay Peach is not interested in this whatsoever. Tomor says Djokovic looks strong.
He does. Line was moving a bit before.
Yes.
3 hours ago, it was way better for me.
Okay. No, but I think you're in good shape. Okay, you guys, do we have a couple minutes left. Does anybody have a question for Lucrative Larry, or does anybody want to break down? Is there any other question, any other games you guys want to do? We're gonna have Lucrative Larry sit with us for a little bit. Oh wow, Freddie, do a close up on Larry's nose. Says not applicable. Why? Something going on?
He's not behind the booth.
Yeah, Freddie's not here. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Where is Freddie's pick? Wow, Parlay Poppy. Not interested.
Who knows? Maybe it's a shitty pick. He lost.
Tomor says odds of Larry replacing Pete after this showing plus 220.
I would never replace Mr. Peters, ever.
No, Mr. Peters. Wow. Zigzag Man says Freddie can't carry your jock strap, Larry.
Oh, I have no idea what a jock strap is.
Oh, it's that little piece of skin that actually I'll tell you about it later. Okay, Twins versus Indians recap and Pirates Rockies first 5 recap. Okay, guys, we can do that. If any comments come in that you want to read out, please do. First off, Michael Stockbridge. There was a big differencing of opinion, really. I don't trust Bauer after that performance against the Twins 5 days ago. Gibson and Bauer just faced each other 5 days ago. Bauer pitched 6 1/3, allowed 2 runs, 4 hits, 3 strikeouts, 4 walks. This guy's averaging 11.1 strikeouts per 9 over his last 9 starts, or 10, or how many starts over his last 9 starts. So I just felt uncomfortable backing Bauer. I feel like maybe he's feeling a little bit of arm fatigue. He has thrown 153 innings so far this year. So I stayed off of it, but Ant Larson is on this play, on the first 5 under, 4.5. And Twatty said he's got no concern about Bauer whatsoever. So there you go.
Kobe Valentine says Freddie got fingered.
Pardon me?
Kobe Valentine says Freddie got fingered.
Oh, yes.
So.
A movie. Yeah, do you hope so? Okay. Yes. Noah Lastark says Pirates versus Rockies first 5 recap. I tell you what, Red Girl's on the under. A lot of people are saying the under. We did get last second information about a hailstorm that just hit there, and it did affect Denver. A lot of people liking the under. A lot of people think that Freeland's going to continue pitching well at home, even though he doesn't get through a lot of batters. That's what's going on there.
My dad says, Larry, can you get me a fat girl in Las Vegas? # me too. I've never been to Las Vegas, so I don't know. I'm hoping to see the ocean.
Yeah. Yes. That's not going to be easy, but we're very excited.
I am excited.
We're very excited to have you there. Larry, I forgot. You hit on the under Tour de France finishers. We haven't even added that to your record.
What? Excuse me? What?
Remember when you thought there was going to be a lot of unconventional crashes? You said there might be storms.
I do remember.
You said feces would be thrown at the riders.
Urine
would be thrown at the riders. Wow. Ron Walsack, thank you so much for reminding us, because he had the under 148.5. I like it. Alan actually says he likes your Hawaiian shirt.
Thank you.
Coco Bongo says, who would win an MMA fight between Larry and Freddie?
Larry?
Okay.
Larry?
Okay. Not applicable says Jimmy and Larry will next share douching tips.
I would love to see those douching tips, whatever a douche is.
Okay.
I would love to see that.
Larry is much younger than me, about 13 years younger than me. So he's got some things to learn about civics and about douching.
I'm actually 42, Mr. Jimmy's.
I don't believe you.
I am not.
Tomor says Larry not interested using the phone because you're bored.
No, I'm watching the chat. Look at that.
Jay Peach does not like this bit at all. And let's see. Larry, stop being a typical millennial. Get off your phone, says Parlay Poppy. Not applicable says Jimmy gets fingered a lot. Ishkurt says the lag show. So some people not liking this bit.
Come on.
Vitalis wants you to jump on a bus. And Kobe bringing in Gabe Morency's picks. This is nice. Marlins plus 145. Yankees. Cubs parlay at plus 124. Giants at plus 130. Mariners at minus 135. Astros Giants under 7. And Giants no run in the first. Hey man, that's a nice looking card. I like that card. And Prophet says San Francisco money line today is the dog. Mikey D really giving you a little heat. Mikey D's a big fan of Pistol Pete. I get it. Michael Stockbridge says, Larry, that hairline is backpedaling. Like Dion in his prime. Are you losing that hair?
I hope I'm not. I hope
Shit.
I'm not.
J Peach says, "LOL, I'm just stoned, trolling. Don't mind me." Hey, J Peach, we love you. We love you for who you are, and no harm intended. You are the person who would say that my 49ers were open ass all year, and I'd never heard that term before, open ass.
That is a beautiful thing to say.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Tomor, Jimmy, the father figure, yes. Jay Patel says, under on what bag? I'm not sure exactly what you're asking about, Jay Patel. Twatty Latte, Larry, are you 21? Yes.
I am, Dad.
Yes, he is. Anthony L. on the Charlie Morton over strikeout, 6.5. Ron Walsek, interesting question. Larry, tips on capping Korean baseball.
Well, first off, learn Korean.
That will help.
That would help. Second, I don't know how to say this, but
Can you say it in Korean?
bibimbap. Bibimbap.
I'm sorry, Ron. I guess Larry wants
you.
to keep all the information to himself.
I do.
Profit, respecting the Who Dat gear. Thank you. Jay Peach says, bro, y'all better watch your boy in NFL. I'd like it. Probably says, Jimmy, you never asked, did Larry shave Gooch for the Canadian holiday? Larry just found out about the Canadian holiday, so we'll have to ask him about that. We'll have to ask him about that tomorrow. We'll have to. Kobe Valentine said it is closed ass good. I tell you what, Kobe, sounds better than open ass. Sounds better than open ass.
Homerino Tomor says I should buy Pete's Lenovo for $5.
Pete's Lenovo. I don't know. Pete needs that Lenovo, man. He's in the market for a new computer, but at this point, Pete needs that Lenovo. But that's very funny. Mikey D says, dude, I'm just playing goofy guest guy. You rock.
Thank you, Mikey D. Thank you so much. Don't like Freddie, though. Don't like him.
Joe Garcia says, it's if you are in prison, it's closed ass. That's not entirely true, Joe Garcia. If you're in prison for a long time, you crave any ass.
That is true. So I've heard.
Mikey D giving you respect. Prophet saying Asian women are the best. All women. All women.
They are.
And well, that looks like we about nailed it. It's a big day. Let's get our Monday off to a profitable start. I'd like to give a big thank you to Lucrative Larry for joining us on this late show, and to Pistol Pete Loshak. Hope that you're feeling better. Rest easy in that treehouse. Take all the rest that you need, but we'd love to see you back tomorrow, but take all the rest you need. What we want is you feeling better. Other than that, thank you guys so much. Let's get that wasabi. Let's get that paper. Let's get that Skrilla. Let's get that cash. Much love. Let's have a profitable Monday.